Good morning, everybody. We conclude the week's reviews with our look at the Live Aid 4 DVD set, which was released on November 9th, 2004. For those of you that don't know, Live Aid was a benefit concert that was held on July 13th of 1985 in both London at Wembley and Philadelphia at JFK Stadium. And it was televised on TV, and in 2004 a 4 DVD set was released of most of the concert. There are some glaring omissions from the DVD, such as Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young's performance. And the reason their performance was omitted was to quote Jimmy McDonough in his book Shaky, Neil Young's biography, it was a bumblefuck CSNY reunion. They did Find the Cost of Freedom or Daylight Again and Only Love Can Break Your Heart. And the reason it was so bad was because there was technical problems, and it was right before Uncle David surrendered to the police and was arrested in 1985. But some of the other acts that participated in the concerts were the Beach Boys, REO Speedwagon, the Cars, Status Quo, Queen, which their performance became one of the greatest performances in rock and roll history, let alone at a benefit show. And the impetus for the Live Aid performance, or the Live Aid concerts, was that Bob Geldof of the Boomtown Rats, he was so appalled by what was happening in Ethiopia that he started an organization called Band-Aid to help by sending food and I think medical treatment to famine infested Ethiopia. And to start out, he and a bunch of English musicians, including Midge Ure and Phil Collins and U2, recorded a single called Do They Know It's Christmas? And that also spawned, out of that also came USA for Africa, with Willie Nelson, Paul Simon, Huey Lewis of Huey Lewis and the News, Bruce Springsteen, Stevie Wonder, Harry Belafonte, and a bunch of others. Out of Do They Know It's Christmas came USA for Africa's We Are the World, and then came Live Aid. And to me, besides the concert for Bangladesh, it is one of the first benefit concerts. It is certainly one of the first globally televised benefit concerts, to ever exist. And the majority of the performances are fantastic. A couple of my favorites include the opening performance of the London show Status Quo. They did Rockin' All Over the World, and I think another number, but I can't remember. And another one of my favorites is Dire Straits and Sting doing Money for Nothing. And I remember my grandma, although I think it was my uncle, that had taped Live Aid in off TV in 1985, and I was over at my grandma's, and she let me watch the tape, and one of the performances that was not on the DVD was on the MTV coverage, which was CSNY's performance that I talked about a second ago. And when I got the DVD, I was kind of disappointed in a way that it was not complete. And I was kind of disappointed too that CSNY's performance was not on there. But now, knowing why, I kind of really understand, because David was kind of in very bad shape. And one of the performances that is on there is CSN's version of Teach Your Children, and that they did later or earlier in the day, and there is hardly any shots of David during that performance, and I think I know why. And another one of my favorites is towards the end, or at the end of the show, Hall & Oates come out and they bring out Eddie Kendricks and David Ruffin of The Temptations, and they do, with the Hall & Oates band, Ain't Too Proud to Beg and Get Ready. And that is another one of my favorite performances from the show, from the Philadelphia show. And the DVD, kind of ping-pongs between Philadelphia and London, and I think it's cool. And like I said before, Queen's performance became one of the defining performances in rock and roll. And after watching Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie, I learned that Freddie, and after watching the Queen documentary, Those Were the Days of Our Lives, I learned that Freddie performed against the advice of his doctor because he was having throat issues at the time. But you cannot tell if this performance, it's so fantastic. And but this is not a criticism, but it is a little jarring to hear the song Bohemian Rhapsody without the tape part in the middle, but it's still a very cool performance. And now on to the very few performances from uh, the show that I don't like. Um, one of which is the version of Revolution by Madonna and the Thompson Twins. It's not very good. It's kind of atonal, and another one that I don't like is U2's performances, because as you well know from the video I did of bands that I don't like, I do not like U2, and I actually skipped their performance, and that was the only performance on the whole DVD set that I skipped, but as as bonus features from the DVD, there, around the world, there were other benefit concerts that were taking place, to go along with Live Aid, and some of those performances are bonus features on the DVD. Like there's a part of a B.B. King show, and part of an NXS show from I don't remember where, and there is a Cliff Richard song that he does, I think at the BBC, but to close out the bonus features, there is a hour and 4-minute long documentary about the genesis of Live Aid, which was very moving and interesting to watch. And two, if you want to hear about the history of We Are the World, there are a couple documentaries that I urge you to check out. One of those is like a documentary that was put out by Netflix a couple months ago, talking about the history of We Are the USA for Africa, We Are the World, and there are a couple performers from that are looking back at that day, and it's a really fascinating documentary. The other one is another kind of piggybacks on that was released on DVD. It's only about maybe 30 minutes long. And when I was doing the research for this review, the Wikipedia article on Live Aid was very, very extensive, and it lists every performer and all the songs that they did, and it even lists some of the performers that were not featured in the show or on the DVD, and some of the performers that declined to participate, and the screen recording for that is 8 minutes long, because I wanted to make sure, and so you could really read it. And also I made a list, and also I did another screen recording where it's a list of some of the performers that declined to participate and or could not participate because of scheduling conflicts. And one more thing that I'd like to mention, the DVD release does not have some of the complete performances, because like the Beach Boys did more songs than what were on the DVD. As far as the Beach Boys set goes on the DVD, the only songs that are present are Surfing USA, Good Vibrations, and then they open with Wouldn't It Be Nice. But I hope you enjoy this.